of who who Abby is and why she's doing what she's doing and everything like that. I actually thought that was really, really good and a good touch. I also really, really like that they actually added some depth into Eugene. Now, Joel, the whole thing having like therapy and stuff like that, I don't know. I'm not really a huge fan of them doing. That's kind of interesting to say the least, because this man Joel has been through so much. You know, he's in a freaking apocalyptic world and everything. I like the fact that they kind of talk about the whole Eugene thing, because in Last of Us Part 2, the video game, they talk about Eugene. They pretty much talk about Eugene, but they don't really go into depth of who he actually is. They just pretty much tell that he's part of the Fireflies, pretty much for the most part. But in the show, we kind of get an idea, like, all right, you know, Joel put him down because he was infected and he got jacked up and all that crazy stuff. So we get an understanding, an idea of who he was in his therapy session and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Which I thought was pretty cool. I actually really enjoyed that. But the whole idea of him having therapy and stuff like that, I get it, but it's like, that's not Joel. I definitely feel like they did it. But I can respect the fact that they're going different routes. They're not taking everything from the game and everything like that. Also, I also noticed the fact that Tommy's in Jackson. I thought at some point in episode 2 that Tommy was going to meet up with Joel during that whole thing with Abby, but no, Dina winds up going with him, which I thought was interesting. It played the same exact way, but I didn't expect that. I did not expect that. They also missed out on one other key scene. Remember how in Last of Us Part 2 in the game, where it was supposed to be Ellie and Dina in the Eugene space, Eugene's basement or whatever, and if they were smoking a pot and all that stuff, and if you know, you know, y'all know what happens in the freaking game. I thought it was pretty interesting that they didn't add that. They didn't add it. They took a completely different route with that, which is fine. I like the whole battle off with Tommy over in Jackson, him and his wife. I didn't think who was going to survive that. That was really different. Like I said, I like stuff like that, and I thought that was really that was a thriller. We get to see the return of the bloater. I mean, come on, that was freaking awesome. I really, really enjoyed that, because every time you see the bloater, it's like, yo, what's he about to do next? It was a good that whole scene, you seeing all the freaking infected pull up to the freaking the town, breaking down the wood panels, going after. You don't know what was gonna happen, and I thought that was really, really good, because like that was completely unpredictable. Nobody knew what was gonna happen at that point. They definitely took another different turn with Abby's character, because you see her going on this whole monologue about why she's gonna freaking kill Joel and all that stuff, and in the game